Welcome to another East Trade Winds presentation with Pedja Radjenović.
Today topic is digital and how it all works, but because I'm focusing on brand, I like to start with this question: what is brand? And it's one of the most used word. It used to be one of the most used word before the AI came up. I think lately AI is the most used word, but then everybody thinks they know about what the brand is. And the way that I like to showcase the brand is this: if we have a white t-shirt in the store, we're ready to pay a few bucks for it. If that t-shirt has a logo on it, we already may be ready to pay a little bit more, but if we put a face and an emotion behind it, then we're ready to pay a lot more. So brand is not just the logo, but a far more beyond that. And I'm a firm believer in a brand, not only as a marketing vehicle, but as a business concept that brings in value in the mid and long run for the business. Now, the topic of today's short presentation and discussion is digital and how does digital marketing work. And one of the key takeouts that I'd like to have you guys is why most digital plans fail before they start. So typically businesses start with tools instead of problems. So when you think about whatever digitally you're doing, whether it's your website and whether it's podcast or any other social media or SEO or the newest AO and GEO, which is basically the SEO, search engine optimization with the AI, you want to think about the problem, not about the tool. So what is the result? Well, if we start with technology, the technology is running, the marketing produces content, but there's a measurable business outcome and nothing happens with the business. The needle doesn't get moved. And the typical pattern is that we usually buy the tool, we launch the campaign, we wonder why nothing converts, but then we again repeat the cycle. And there is a bad habit that most of humans are guilty of, which is repeating what we know and expecting to see different result, which is a very bad recipe. Now, how do we connect tech and marketing properly? Well, first off, you want to start with outcome, not the channel. You want to think what is that I want to achieve with my business and then choose whether the social media is right for you or not. The second thing that you want to do is you want to map your customer journey. And that journey starts with something which is also called funnel, where you want to start with the awareness, then do the consideration, convert them into consideration, and then they come to buy, and then basically they should repeat it. And then the final thing is assign the roles along that journey. So what are the tools that are helping with the awareness? What are the tools that gonna bring up the consideration, and then what closes, what makes the purchase. And when you do it like that, the outcome should be that when tech and marketing operate against the same journey, basically you become the business accelerator, not the cost center. Now, the reason that I don't have an E in the awareness is because I want you guys to remember that. I want you to remember that whenever you think about marketing, you think about the outcome, you think about your ideal client, your who are you selling to, and then basically apply any tool that you're looking for. Where small shifts create real momentum. So it comes rarely comes from massive transformation, usually comes from fixing three leverage points. First, you have to have message clarity. What is it that you're communicating? Like, what is your brand promise? What are the touch points that you're going to communicate through to have all the messaging aligned through all of the touch points and back to your brand promise. The second thing is capturing customer signal when data from the website, from your sales, from your social media, your podcast and operations actually feeds the decisions instead of sitting in a separate silos. And you basically having it all connected together is very important. And then finally, having the constant operational rhythm. So marketing, sales, and operations review the same metrics weekly and adjust together. Improvement compounds quickly. So what does it mean? It means that basically on a weekly basis, you should spend at least 15 minutes checking the boxes whether all your marketing tools, whether it's Facebook page, whether it's again podcast, your website, are all in synchronicity and working together for your business to accelerate. As I started, I want to I'm a big believer in the brand. And one of the key vehicles for the brand is storytelling. And for those who would connect with me will hear a lot from me speaking to the storytelling. As great Margaret Atwood said, storytelling is not a luxury to humanity. It's almost as necessary as bread. We cannot imagine ourselves without it because the self is a story. So how we tell those stories throughout the touch points and through the digital vehicles is very important. And that's basically it. That's everything that I have to say for today.
We thank you for watching. We meet every Tuesday between 8 and 9 a.m. Eastern. There is no cost and an option to become a speaker too. Find East Trade Wins on LinkedIn.